is very clear. When we provide equal resources to different sets of people, that's when we achieve equality. However, equality might not serve the purpose. What we need is to understand that there are tremendous differences in people, and therefore the resources that we provide to them have to be different so that all of them can be brought up to the same level. And that's what we are trying to achieve together when we say equity. So first and foremost step in this would be to first acknowledge that yes, there are different needs, right? And then identify what are the different resources that each of these need groups require, so that all of them can come to the same level and all of them can enjoy access to safe sanitation and participate equally as equal citizens. Next slide. So in any town, you would find there are multiple vulnerabilities, and these vulnerabilities would differ across town. You see here a study that we have done in 3 towns of Andhra Pradesh. So here we try to assess, so what are the different vulnerabilities? It could be single women-headed families, it could be fisher folk, it could be caste-based vulnerabilities, it could be aged people, they have separate vulnerabilities. All these vulnerabilities have an impact on whether these citizens are able to access sanitation facilities or not. And unfortunately, these are all interlinked. And therefore, when we say intersectionality, what we're saying is one tends to weigh on the other. So you could be in a situation where you have a pregnant lady who's a single, who's heading the family and also comes from a caste which is discriminated. And therefore, her challenges in accessing sanitation facilities could be tremendous. And every city needs to sort of do a mapping of this vulnerability. And how does one do this mapping? We have a model which we can share with you. Next slide, please. So typically when we are talking in terms of vulnerability, if we use a process of a 2x2 matrix, where we take the different social vulnerabilities which are there in your town, and the infrastructure, the sanitation infrastructure related vulnerabilities, for example, water supply. So you take all the localities in your town and map them on this 2x2 matrix to identify which are the localities which require immediate attention. Because the towns are so big, you possibly cannot start addressing all of them at the same time. Prioritize. Next slide.
Thank you.
So this is where we see that once you have a 2x2 matrix, you can identify which are the areas which require immediate attention and then start taking a more planned step-by-step approach. And vulnerability matrix is a very simple tool, and we are happy to share it with you immediately after this call. Next slide.